Hi there, this is John Keirstead from Arctic Spas. This is our newest location on the North Shore. We have some limitations in the North Shore here with the type of signage that we have, so we want to make sure people can find us. So this is Andrews Street and First Street in North Van, right? So Andrews Street up that way, First Street that way. And so you can see across the building here where the Kirkstone is. I'd love it if that was Arctic logos. We're actually upstairs from that. And if you go from the back, we're actually on the same level as the back. So it's a kind of a strange setup there. So I want people to be able to see what it is that we're doing, right? You see the logos on the top windows? That's the showroom and spa area that I'll be showing you in a few minutes. So come with me. So parking's pretty tough around here. They're building a building in behind us, and all the construction workers come first thing in the morning and they take all the parking spots. So we do have parking spots around back, dedicated for our customers. So, you know, if you're coming in, call ahead and book an appointment. That allows us to be able to set up time. And you'll see when we get it on the inside why you want to have an appointment, because it's pretty special the way we go through showing you how to test the spas and figure out what you want, right? So here's the doorway from the front. You'll see it says entrance from the back, right? But if you had to, if this is unlocked, you can actually come up here. You can go up these stairs. You can go up these stairs, and there's an entrance up there as well. Usually that door is open if it's business hours. Otherwise, you'll be like, cocoon, cocoon, cocoon. It's not open. Yeah, we'll come on up here. So if you came in from the side that had the front door that says go to the back, and you happen to come up that side near the Kirkstone fireplaces and heat pumps and stuff, this will be the logo door that you see. And if you come in here, you'll see the mat that shows the logo as well, and then you'll see our cold tub area. This is also the private wet test area, sauna, cold tub, 2 hot tubs running. This has got our little kitchen and such that we use so that we can get you a beverage so you can relax at our planning center. But most people will be coming from the other side, right? If you park out there, you'll come in through the other entrance. So there's an entrance at either side. Both are usable. It's just the parking on the front right now is often pretty much tied up. Okay, so you probably won't find a parking spot on that spot and come up the back, which is the back front door. And most people are going to come this way, right? So you're going to come in. This is Andrews Street. You're going to turn in off the back area of this building, and you'll see all kinds of Arctic logos, right? We have 2 dedicated parking spots, which I got our truck, and that's my vehicle here. We have a 3rd one here. Usually this truck would be parked here if it was here, and these 2 we try to keep open for customers, at least one of them open for customers. This is the new building I was talking about behind us, right? So they're still doing lots of work in there, and that's what's taking up all the parking spots. Please don't park in any of these other parking spots. Any of these other parking spots, that's all of our neighbors' businesses and stuff, so only these 2 parking spots for our customers, okay? Come on into the showroom. So you just come in through here. There's a little hallway. Come up here, and welcome to Arctic Spas North Shore. This is set up as a showroom for the spas, but it's also where we do research and development. We do a lot of our marketing, like I'm doing right now. And we have 6 running models to allow you to wet test, so that if you book an appointment, you can come in and wet test. And that's sort of, you know, a lot of people nowadays, they come to us, they're actually online, or they do their research with their phone. And so you'll already maybe have an idea of what you're looking for. So in this store, we carry, as our introductory product, we carry the Clearwater Spas line. And then our main product, our namesake, is the Arctic Spas line, in which we have the Core, Classic, and Custom series. We also have the all-weather pools from the Arctic Spas line Classic and Custom series as well. So if you come on in a little bit further, this is usually where Laura will sit, or Megan. Megan's usually in the office there doing stuff. This is where she'll do all of her quotes and things like that, contact customers, get you the information you need. Lots of times send you links to videos like this so that you can get educated ahead of time. Our goal is that if you reach out to us and give us your email and your phone number, she can actually set up the time here so that your time is best used. So you're not wasting time. She can already know kind of what your parameters are. She'll ask you good questions about your site, how to get it in, all that stuff. And then you can come here and we can go over all of that information. She can send you out a few quotes on models that you might like. But a lot of the times people haven't actually seen or felt or touched them or sat in them, and so we've designed this so that you can actually try before you buy. You know, the ocean there is running. It's a running spa with the Covana over top of it. The Eagle in the corner over here, this is also set up to run. Right? So just give you a quick walkthrough. So this is closed, but we'll show you the lid and stuff. This is a running spa. Then we come back here, washroom in here, nice washroom for you. And then this is the shower and change room. This locks. It's a nice sliding. They call, I think, barn door thing. Utility room. Couple of cold tubs. I actually got one of the cold tubs running hot. I'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, we've got 2 cold tubs here. This is we call the residential IcePod Plus. Sauna, this is also operational. So you can try a cold tub, have a sauna, do some of that contrast therapy. You can do a hot tub. So we got one of our smaller models, the Arctic Fox, but this is in the custom series loaded up model. It's actually as loaded as this one can be. It's got an automated pH dosing. It has automated Spa Boy sanitization. It's a great little tub, and it's got the maximum jetting that you can put, as well as peak ozone. So this one has really got everything that you would ever want in a hot tub. We've got another of our Covanas on display, and then we've got another running spa. So this is an 8-foot running spa where we can show people SDS. We can show people, SDS is like our super duper massage sheet. So we have that. This is also a signature series with SDS. So you see some blank spots in there. Just to give people a different approach. This could even have more jets. That's what those blank spots for. You could actually add another pump on here and have up to 4 pumps. This also has that Orca jet, which later on, if you want to see the video, I'm going to be doing a video on the Tundra, on the Fox, and on the Eagle, and I'll explain a little bit more in detail about these models, but these are all running in the showroom here at the North Shore. So if you want to get a real cross section of what do I like? Do I want a small spa? Is it enough for my needs? Do I need to go bigger, or do I need to go with a medium-sized spa? So you got all 3 sizes to try, and even really small if you look at the cold tub / hot tub, right? It can be either. Okay, now, so that's a brief kind of walkthrough of the area. You can see these curtains here. These curtains here so that we can close this area off, right? So if you're shy and you're thinking, no way I'm going to go into that place and do this, I want you to think of it more like a visit to the spa, right? This is an opportunity for you to see what it might be like at your own house when you put this there. Can you imagine you have the same, some candles, some tea, relax, listen to some of the tranquil music, and that's what we'll close this off for. So when you want to try, we can just let you do that, and you can schedule a time with us. So the worst thing that's going to happen from exploring our store is you're going to have a day at the spa. So I think that's a pretty good deal for most people. But here's something that I think that's really important to point out. What is this area of the place for? Well, this is actually our learning center, right? So this is our learning center, I call planning center. So this is where we can sit down, go over the things that you've talked about, maybe the questions and stuff that you had. We probably have sent you a bunch of videos to explain some stuff, but this is where we can actually show you, physically take you to spas and stuff. We can show you different configurations. We have miniature versions of every spa. So we have every spa that is available from Arctic Spas is in this showroom. Some of them are just miniaturized, right? So we hit you with the ray gun so you can try it out and see how it all works. No, it's just to kind of, it's nice when you're comparing different models. You can see, well, this is a lunar that's there, and this is an Orion. So we have the two, and you can see the names on the back, the lunar and the Orion, right? So you can see basically, so we can go over and you can say, well, what's the difference between them? I don't have an Orion here. Well, an Orion's just more open seating. And we can do the same with, you know, the smallest spas. We have both of these models here. Some of the models we don't have. We only have one swim spa here, and you can see that there's 6 all-weather pools available.
I count 7, John.
In fact, I think there might even be another one coming out. That's what the rumor said, an even bigger one. So probably won't be in the showroom. It was really hard to get that one in. But this center is where you can order your coffee or tea or other beverage. Sit down and relax. We'll find out what you want. Most people, we tell them when you book an appointment, have your swimsuits, have a towel. You know, there's the facilities to change and comfortably close off and try out the things. If you want to try these ones out, well then we can book time after hours or in a time when there's no one else in the showroom. And we basically just want you to try. You know, the interesting thing about the showroom, when you come in, I want you to take a big breathe in, because with all of these running spas and being open, there's no chemical scent at all. And the reason why is because we don't promote chemicals. We promote the least amount of chemicals to maintain safe water. And if you look, most of what we call chemicals are things that are common, right? That you can use. So you can use Perfect Balance, which is the chemical version, but this is sodium bicarbonate, which is I probably have it in my cupboard version, right? You could use the pool chlorine, right? But you could also use non-additive bleach, right? So we'll teach you this. Most of the other places you go to, they're not going to do this. We have cleaning vinegar, that's pH down, right? You have muriatic acid, that's stronger pH down. And muriatic acid you can get from any paint store or pretty much any hardware store, Walmart, Canadian Tire, pretty much anywhere you can get these things, right? I have a whole video on stuff you can use at home that replaces some of these chemicals. Now, we also have some really cool stuff. Because our spas are all saline based, and that's why we don't have that scent in here, we're using salt to generate the chlorine. And trust me, salt-based chlorine is very different than the chemically made chlorine. This is the chlorine that's found naturally. Salt's found all over the world in all of our oceans and stuff like that, and you mine it and this sort of thing. It's a naturally found substance. The salts that are in, or the chlorine that is in the granular chlorines or the tablets and stuff, that's the wrong stuff, and I have lots of videos talking about that. And lots of the guys that like chemicals are going to tell you I'm wrong. If you also like chemicals, then by all means believe them. If you don't want to sit in a bunch of chemicals and you want to be able to automate the system, the advantage to having a saltwater system is that we're able to largely automate everything that you need to do at the spa. And we even now have pH automation. But what I really liked was they had these salt-based bath crystals that we can actually use in our systems as well. Like this has hemp in it. This is hemp-based lavender. This is hemp-based peppermint twist. This is jasmine, lemon zest, right? They have those. And then they have some other ones, which is these ones have vitamins in them. So for inflammation, for pain relief, for de-stressing, detoxifying, and hot and icy, right? So you can also add those. And because our spas are all saline based, this is probably the best. There are other alcohol based scents and essential oil type things that you can add, but they don't necessarily mix with the chemistry as well as this stuff does. So we're going to talk to you in other videos, we'll talk to you about water chemistry stuff. But the big thing to realize is that there's not a lot of chemicals in this place. And most of them are things that you could get in your own backyard.
Home, not backyard.
We carry some parts and filters for our spas. We generally don't carry parts for other spas, but we can certainly point people in the right direction if they need to get those. We have the replacement or pieces of the spa, like filters that need to be replaced, the electrode cells. You know, you usually replace these every 6 to 18 months for these, although some people get 2-3 years out of them. I've even got a couple people that are 4 years. Some of the sea salt blend, the Onsen sea salt blend that we use with our spas, and automated pH cartridges, test strips, test kits, liquid test kits. This is cell cleaner. This cell cleaner I like to bring in because if you want to get more life out of this cell, this is a mild acid, this is citric acid, and you could also use this as your pH down. Any acid will work, and citric acid is another naturally found in nature. Of course, it's in citrus fruit and stuff, right? So that's a version there. Then we have a natural sea clarifier. So this is a biodegradable, and this is it uses, I can't remember, little sea creatures that have been crushed, and it actually causes stuff to stick together. So if you get cloudy water, this will help clear it up, help your filter to work better. And of course, more filters, pre-filter for when you're filling up. And we're expanding on some of the things that we can use to make the water clean before you put it in the spa. You know, if you have clean water to start with, it's a lot easier to manage this. And then our goal is, once we've set it up and it's got the saline in there and it's running, it basically looks after itself. It's automated. Now, with some of the systems like the Saltron Mini, which we have here, Saltron Mini is an aftermarket salt chlorine generator. And then we have Onsen and we have Spa Boy. Onsen and this version are time-based, so those ones you have to turn up and down as your use increases or decreases. And then Spa Boy, that's the fully automated to the point where it's testing the water every 10 minutes and adjusting, making micro adjustments, so that you never have to shock your water. So this was the Saltron. This is the fitness kit. So this has got all kinds of stretchy bands and stuff in there. Fitness kit. This is so that you can swim against a current. Right? It's like a fishing pole. There's a rowing in here. That's all for this ocean here. It's all fitted out with the fitness kit in there, and you can literally do all your exercises and stuff in there. This is something I think is becoming more and more popular. I think for you folks in the North Shore, you want a pool, you want a spa, space is limited. Cost to get a pool excavated here because of the ground and stuff like that is very expensive. So this, you can get the whole package here for less than the price of a very basic in-ground pool. And this is the best of both worlds, right? Covana actually raises up and down. And you can look at the view. That's not a bad view, eh? I mean, it's maybe not as nice as your North Van view, but maybe you have a neighbor on that side and you can imagine something else, right? So just saved you a couple $1,000,000. You don't have to have the front, ocean front. Look at that. Okay, anyway. And this is an ocean, so it truly is ocean front. What I really like is that there's no chemical scent at all in our showrooms. You can always tell if the company that you're looking at buying from has a chemical-based model, because they'll have a lot of chemicals in their showroom, and as soon as you walk through the door, you can smell chemicals. I truly believe that that's not the way to do it. We believe that this is a big purchase, and our goal at Arctic Spas, whether it's the Vancouver Island stores or whether it's our newest store here in the North Shore, our goal is to find the perfect spa for you. And we believe that in order to do that, you need some good data. And you can get that data by coming here. We can answer all your questions. We can take you to our education center and planning center, help you plan out exactly what you want, help you get your backyard, your dream backyard, as a wellness center, and then give you an opportunity to try before you buy, so you can tell if you're someone that loves jets. Which jets do you like? Where do you want them? How many pumps do you need? Is it all of you that want jets, or is one pump system good enough for you? These are the questions that we can help you answer, and that's what's going to help you narrow down exactly what your perfect spa is. And then we find that if we can match that to you and meet your needs, that you'll be a much happier customer, and we'll be happy too. So come to our stores. I'm John Keirstead from Arctic Spas. Thank you so much for taking a tour of our store, and we hope to see you in it soon.